Alright guys, so I've got game 1 of the Escalation tournament. 2,500 points, it's a 3-game, 1-day event. And if you watch my previous introduction video, you'll see my armor list. And I went through a little bit about what I wasn't wanting to play at the tournament. And guess what? Game 1, I get my worst matchup possible. I play Skaven. So I was not too happy about that whatsoever. Yeah. So let's just see how this goes. So these are the spells I rolled up. So I've got Soul Quench, Apotheosis, Hand of Glory, and Fire Convocation. Not a bad play set. I would have quite liked to get Walk Between Worlds or a Tempest off, but hey, what are you going to do? So you should know my armor list, so I've not labelled anything. I'd played like this. On my left, I've got the Eagle Noble on the far left with the Bolt Thrower, the piece of impassable terrain in the centre there. Then I've got them 2 units of archers. Making up my centre, I've got the 2 eagles flanking the big unit Silver Helms with all the characters in. The 3 Bolt Throwers again making a bit of a gun line in the centre. And over on the far right, I've got the White Lions. Now, after the deployment, I realised this was a bit of a mistake. What I should have just done is just consolidated all my forces, in not necessarily the centre, but in one part of the board, and just kind of smashed that denied flank technique at the Skaven. But beggars can't be choosers. So my opponent deploys like this. He's got a Warp Lightning Cannon on his left, on my right. This is after we've done scouts. You can see my Shadow Warriors are there to take out that Warp Lightning Cannon, and he has the unit of Gutter Runners on the side of the woods to come and take out my Shadow Warriors. He's a unit of 6. In the centre, he's got a small unit of Slaves with some Poison Wing Globadiers behind. He's got a Doom Wheel, 2 Rat Swarms, a big unit of Slaves. He's got his big ass unit of Storm Vermin with the Bell, and some characters in there. And over on this side, he's got another small unit of Slaves, more Poison Wind Globadiers, a Poison Wind Mortar, another Doom Wheel, and another Warp Lightning Cannon. And over on this far left, I've got another unit of 5 Shadow Warriors to go and try and take out that Warp Lightning Cannon. But I'm going to have one chance to do it if I go first, because that Doom Wheel is just going to kick my ass. So I do win the roll to go first, but my opponent just quite simply pops his Storm Banner, so all my shooting is crap and I can't fly. Skaven. So I kind of just move up like this. The Eagles just shuffle around, stay out of the way of the Bolt Throwers to get clear shots. The Silver Helms push up onto that hill, looking for turn 2 charges, because I know that Doom Wheel's going to have to come forward, and I'd quite like to charge it and get that taken off. And over on this side, the White Lions just swing up as fast as they possibly can, because again, I've kind of mispositioned these White Lions. I'd love to get them opposite that Bell, but he had me out deployed, so I don't know. I tried to gamble, and it didn't pay off. Move the Shadow Warriors around like this. They're going to take some shots at the Warp Lightning Cannon. Probably not going to do anything at all because it's toughness 7, but you never know. And same on this side. I just move up to try and get rid of that Warp Lightning Cannon with the one chance I've got before I get hit with the Doom Wheel. The magic phase, I get Hand of Glory off on these archers. More for the ward save than anything, but it's nice to have +2 ballistic skill. This is after shooting. I mean, I do some wounds here and there. I think I kill like 1 Storm Vermin. I put 1 wound on the Rat Swarms. I'm trying to go for the Bell, but I just can't do anything. Between having to roll to hit and all the modifiers I've got, his high toughness, I just can't get the Bell. So Skaven turn 1, he goes ahead and throws a Doom Wheel into the Shadow Warriors. Of course, I don't kill the Water Lightning Cannon on the one chance I had. The Doom Wheel's facing backwards, simply just because of all the spiky bits on the front. We just put it like this, so it would be easy to get it in. In the centre, the Doom Wheel rolls up, not straight forward, because obviously he knows my Silver Helm unit's there, but he goes off at an angle, so he's kind of coming forward. Yeah, so there's two units of Gutter Runners over here. They're both gonna, try and envelop my Shadow Warriors and get them off. Again, they didn't use their one chance to kill the Warp Lightning Cannon. And in the centre, there's kind of just an advance. The Storm Vermin unit stays back with the Bell because it's got such a long, radius of leadership that it doesn't need to go anywhere. The Slaves push up. I think he's seen that I do have a fairly short charge onto that Doom Wheel, and he's preventing me from being able to overrun into his Silver Helm unit. So that's a smart move there. Everything else just kind of moves up, getting ready to shoot at stuff. Impact hits, and all the other attacks only do 2 wounds to the Shadow Warriors. Oh no, this is the Doom Wheel shooting attack. His random D3 thing kills 2 Shadow Warriors. When over on this side, I was quite surprised here. He has, it's like 14 gutter runners. Only killed 2 shadow warriors. In my mind, I've got it that I passed a fair few 6s on my light armor rolls there. So maybe I got a little bit lucky. And in the centre, despite having a ward save up and despite all the Skaven stuff being random, in inverted commas, I lose like 4 silver helms. So that's a great start from the first shot of the game. And I'm going to high up turn 2. So the Eagle Noble didn't have a lot of great options. I kind of want to get him in and involved somewhere where he's going to at least block stuff up or just cause a nuisance. And this is really the only thing that I had for him to do. So he goes into the flank of the slaves. I mean, they're going to be steadfast 10. It's just, slaves are just stupid. I fucking hate Skaven. Down in the centre here, so I take this easy charge. I mean, in hindsight, this is probably a mistake. I was terrified of this Doom Wheel. I had no other way really to deal with it. Maybe what would have been a better idea is to hit the rat swarms and overrun into the poison wing globerdaires and try and blow past these lines that way. But the Doom Wheel is by far the biggest threat, so I needed to get in there and take it out. So I take this charge. It was fairly short. I'm movement 9. And again, the white lines here, try and take a charge onto the flank of the rat swarms, just to close the gap. I needed a 10, so it wasn't, massively undoable. But they fail and come forward like 4 inches or something. And the Shadow Warriors in the top there go into the lightning cannon, so now they should be able to take it off. They should quite easily be able to kill the 3 rats that are crewing it. In the centre here, not a whole lot going on. I just move up the Eagles. Again, I have no idea what I'm doing with the Eagles. What we're doing, a better idea with the Eagles is to charge them over the top of the rat swarms and into those poison wing globerdaires. Or just charge them into that unit of slaves, just so I can get the 3 Eagles wailing on the slaves. And I was far too defensive with that. I think I was worried about losing them because I wanted them to redirect that Storm Vermin unit later on in the game. But I think if I just throw them into the slaves there, between 3 Eagles and the Noble, I should be able to generate enough combat rest to break that unit. Or get it. I don't know. I had other options and I didn't take them. And it's a mistake. So in the magic phase, I go ahead and try and get Fiery Convocation off onto the Storm Vermin unit. I think it gets scrolled this turn. And I do get Hand of Glory off, so my war team's up by 1. In the combat phase, so the Eagle Noble kind of flubs his attacks and kills a single slave. Which really, really sucks. But he actually wins combat. I've got a charge, a flank, and a wound. He has like 3 ranks, and yeah, he wins. It's totally stupid. Looking at this now, I should have just thrown the Eagles into the front, because I completely overlooked at the time that the slaves are in woods. They wouldn't have been steadfast, and I could have quite easily done enough wounds to kill them and overrun into those poison wing globerdaires. But, this is what happens. So this is after combat. You see the Silver Helms have easily mopped up that Doom Wheel. I think the Nobles themselves, with their 6 attacks, did all the wounds onto the Doom Wheel. The Silver Helms didn't even need to strike. And I was toying with the idea of whether to overrun or not. Whether just to reform. And to be honest, if I stayed put or overran, it didn't really matter. The same scenario would have occurred. I've been stuck on these slaves, but at least now I'm strength 5. So I can put some more wounds through on the slaves. And the Shadow Warriors in the top there managed to quite easily kill the Water Lightning Cannon, and they've overrun off the table. Okay, Skaven turn 2. He goes ahead and sends the Doom Wheel into the arse of the Eagle Noble there, so he's going to die. There's not much I could have done about that, unless I was a bit smarter with my Eagles and charging into the front. I hate watching back and seeing how many silly mistakes that I make in the game. So easily avoided. Rat swarms move up like this. They're going for bolt throwers, quite obviously. And you can in the top right, he's moved his Warlock Engineer out just to redirect the White Lions. As far as I remember, he doesn't have a Doom Rocket. Even though he's modelled with the rocket, he didn't have it. If he did have it, he never fired it, and he forgot about it, which I doubt he would have forgot it if he had it. So my assumption is he didn't have it. Over here, gut runners are just moving around. Again, the unit on the bottom is going to go for after bolt throws. Unit at the top is waiting for those shadow warriors to come back on. More movements. The poison globadiers are just closing in to shoot at the silver helms, which I think is stupid that you can shoot into combat. But hey, again, this is fucking Skaven, totally balanced army. After magic and the first stage of shooting, it looks like this. The shooting phase, it looks like this. So this random Skaven shit, again random in inverted commas, everything hits. Every single thing that could have rolled to misfire, could have rolled to scatter, it all hit directly. Both warp lightning cannons hit bang on with like 99.98% of accuracy. Poison wind globadiers both hit. The poison wind mortar hit. Everything just hit bang on target, and I failed like all saves that I had to make. At one point, I had to make like 5 3-ups, and I failed them all. So I'm down to just the characters in this unit. So, you know, it's good to see, you know, the randomness is actually random. So it's high off turn 3 after that godforsaken turn, and if you can see there, the Doom Wheel quite easily took out the Eagle Noble. So I go ahead and throw my Eagle into the Poison Wing Globadiers. They're in the flank. I've taken 2 wounds on it as well. I'm not sure where I've taken 2 wounds on that Eagle from. There you go. And I've moved the other Eagle to redirect the Storm Vermin away from my Silver Helm unit, so you can't charge in the flank and just pick up all the characters in there. In fact, no, it's not the characters left. The Silver Helm on the left is the standard for the unit, so it looks like he actually got my BSB. I must have failed a lookout, sir, which is incredible. So, come on up at the top here. I'm going to try and take out the Giselles before the Gut Runners kill me. Take this charge, because I need to get out of the way, and I'm going to take the points, even though it's about 5 points. Sorry for the blurry photo. Again, this is just showing that the Eagle is redirecting the Storm Vermin. So, I actually have a pretty rocking magic phase this time. I get 3 spells off, as indicated by that clear die. That's my +3 to the ward save. I think I get Hand of Glory off. I think I do Walk Between Worlds on somebody. And I do get Fiery Convocation off on the big unit, on the Storm Vermin unit. And it wipes out the unit in half, really. So, I'm starting to get some stuff done, but it's too little too late. After that shooting phase for Skaven, there's this game's gone. So of course the White Lions cut the wall up engineer in half. No problems there. In the centre, I kill some slaves, but it doesn't really matter. They're steadfast 10,000 rerollable. Wow, what a blur throw. Sorry guys, this is a terrible picture. So the Skaven slaves go into the flank of the Eagle. So the Eagle goes into flank, kills like 4 Poison Globadiers. All his attacks hit and wound, and then he even gets one with the stomp, and then he double ones his break test, which is just superb. And then so the slaves come into the flank. It's going to kill him on combat res alone. Doom Wheel rocks up forward, falls an inch short of the archers there, which I felt fortunate about. Gut Runners move up again. They're going to try and kill my Shadow Warriors. So he's moved up one of his units of slaves to redirect the White Lions again. Poison Wing Globadiers took some casualties from shooting in the last turn, but they're just going to shoot again at my characters. So I'm labeled this here because this is the only misfire my opponent rolled the entire game. So he goes to shoot his the Doom Wheel shooting attack into the archers, misfires, and then charges into the flank of his Skaven. Skaven slaves, does the impact hits and kills 1. Kills 1 Skaven slave with those impact hits. So in the combat here, looks like he takes out the rest of the Silver Helms. The Standard Bearer's gone, so I've lost the points for the unit, which is just superb. BSB and the level 4s left. And of course, the Skaven slaves there just take out the Eagle, no problem, just with the attacks alone. Didn't even need combat res, they just killed him. Excuse me, guys. So, high off turn 4, I see this charge into the rear of the Doom Wheel and into the flank. I'm just going for combat res. The archers are never going to kill it, but I have, I've got 1, 2, 3 ranks. I've got a charge, flank, banner, rear. So I've got a ton of combat rares, and hopefully I can just break it. Hopefully catch it, but very unlikely. White Lions take this charge, and you see at the top of the picture there, the Shadow Warriors have gone into the flank of the Giselles, who are just unbelievably good. Didn't realise they had a 4+ armor save and 2 attacks each, but there you go. Again, Skaven a balanced book. The magic phase, I think again I get another pretty rocky magic phase. I get Hand of Glory off again. I get Fiery Complication off again, I think. I can't remember. I mean, after that first shooting phase, I just started drinking heavily. So between turns 2 and 4 of this game, I'd had like 2 Disarano and Cokes doubles, because I was just drinking heavily, because I knew it was going to be one of those days. Shooting phase, I managed to tick off some of these gut runners with the bolt thrower. That was quite lucky. Best, of course, because they're the bravest Skaven in the world. And the Eagle has moved up over there. I'm going to take out the lightning cannon next turn. And in combat, so I don't kill the Doom Wheel, of course, but it breaks from combat because it's minus 10,000. But it gets away because it's ridiculously fast. Hits the trees, doesn't die. Or doesn't roll a 1 for danger range, should I say. And then I overrun into these slaves. The archers should be more than a match for slaves, with my rerolls alone. And in combat, so I kill 1 Giselle, take no casualties in return, I think. Or I think I do lose 1 in return, but I win with combat rares, and he breaks and he gets away. And the White Lions just kill every single slave and reform. And in combat here, I kill some more. He doesn't do anything to me. I've got my wounds back from Apotheosis. So I've got my 2 characters on 4 wounds. Skaven turn 4, he takes these charges into the bolt throwers, so I'm going to lose both of the bolt throwers. Okay. And this was amazing. This was my highlight of the game. So the Doom Wheel rallies in the woods, and as it turns on its rally, rolls a 1, takes 5 wounds and dies. Fuck you, Skaven. Fuck you. Giselle's rally, of course. So the Storm will move up like this. They're in the woods, but it doesn't really matter because they're unbreakable with the bell. I'm gonna try and magic off my wizard. So after magic, it looks like the wizard's taking a wound from something. Probably some snipe spell. I can't remember what Skaven magic he had. And look at the archers. Look at that. I killed 2 slaves or 3 slaves. Hit on 3s with a reroll, wounded on 4s. And he does so much damage back to me. It's just stupid. This is just so stupid. Ah, what a game. I hate Skaven so much. Don't really know what this picture's supposed to be showing, but yeah, that's that. I think this must be after combat because the wizard has died, which means I've lost the crown of command. But the BSB, like a boss, holds on like leadership 4. And in this combat, lose both bolt throwers. No surprises there. And so the slaves have died. I'm not sure. Oh no, I get it. So the previous picture was the Cloud of Pestilence spell, which does damage to everything within range, and it did like open wounds to the slaves. Then the archers do kill the slaves. So my archers have just been forgiven for my earlier outburst. And it looks in the top. I think I've got the pictures in some kind of wrong order here, because in the top left of the picture there, the eagle has gone into warp lightning cannon and killed it and is reformed inwards. So I think I've got the some pictures in the wrong order here, but you kind of get what's going on. Wizards died in combat. Slaves just poke him in the eye. Down to just the BSB. So there's that picture of the eagle killing the warp lightning cannon. So Skaven turn 5. He goes ahead and charges into the flank of the BSB. So probably impact hits alone from the bell is going to kill him, but you never know. I might roll double 1s. And he goes ahead and he's just circling the White Lions here. So it looks like the gut runners have gone into the flank of the White Lions, but they haven't. He was considering doing it, but I'm not sure why he didn't, because I'm only going to have 3 attacks at him. That's not going to kill the unit. I don't know. I'm guessing he was worried about losing combat and then just kind of wasting that. So they're in they're right next to the unit, but I said they've not charged. And it looks like there's the Poison Wing Globidae, and some more gut runners and some swarms. I'm resilient to shooting, so this isn't worrying me. In the magic phase, it goes ahead and throws off the Curse of the Horned Rat and turns my small archer unit into clan rats, which is amazing. I've lost some archers from the other unit as well, not sure when or how. So after shooting it, I think he kills one more white lion. So he's killed like 3 white lions, but these white lions have got nowhere near their points value back. They've gathered about 100 points so far, which is just stupid. I so played the white lions wrong in this game. So of course the bell comes in and just decimates the BSB with the impact hits, and he's gone. But he reforms in such a way that now there's a gap big enough for me to squeeze the white lions through, so I can charge that unit of slaves, and if I can kill them all or make them break, I can overrun into that bell unit, and it's going to be counted as another charge, so I can maximise as much as possible, and then I've got a chance of actually pulling this, this game out of my arse on turn 6. So it's kind of, balls to the wall time now. So that's what I do. I take this charge, and if you look, I can position in such a way that lets me overrun and clip the storm vermin, and I go ahead and throw the eagle into the rear of the storm vermin unit. Simply because that unit is now engaged, so when I overrun and hit it, I'm going to get 2 combat phases to wail on that unit and get some points out of it. So shooting left, so we go straight into combat. I do indeed, I kill like all but 3 of the slaves, so they're not steadfast. They break, I catch them, and as I overrun, I hit the bell unit and get to shuffle across, kind of. The white lines aren't placed properly. I think this is probably after both combats. So he pops his assassin, does some damage, but again I've got the 2 ward against his magic weapon, so it doesn't really do that much. I kill some of the unit, and I think I put 1 wound on the assassin, which is just terrible. I should have killed that assassin in this round. So this is the end of the game. So I managed to kill the assassin. I don't kill his BSB. The eagle in the rear is amazing. He kills like 3 storm vermin a turn. But this is the end of the game. I can't kill the bell because it's ridiculously overpowered. I'm 1 model off getting the points for the storm vermin, and the grey seer is on like 1 wound. So I was so close to pulling this out the bag at the end there. I just couldn't do it. I ended up losing back 1,000 victory points. Yeah, I fucking hate Skaven, guys. I so hate Skaven, especially when I looked at the start of this, and he has sort of 6 or 7, 5, 6, 7 things that are random that can misfire. Over 6 turns, he misfired once. 1 misfire all game. And this Skaven stuff is supposed to be random. I call bullshit. So that's game 1 out. I absolute crushing defeat. So at this point, I just start drinking heavily and having some fun. So stay tuned for game 2, guys. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video.